All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Agent Outreach Live. My name is Ryan. This is Landry. As you can see, Landry's here in person this week, so it is super exciting. No tech difficulties.
I know, right?
It's going to be super exciting today to go through and call some agents. If you guys did not check out the Slack channel for Batch last week, we actually took a vote to be able to pick the market live that we're going to be calling today, and the winner was
Dallas.
Dallas.
So I'm
Fort Worth.
excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a great market. By the way, this is an interactive show. We go on the fly. We don't really have a script. We want to make this as valuable and raw as possible for you guys. So if you don't mind, make it as interactive for us to be able to communicate back and forth. Put in the chat what market you're in. Put in the chat what market you want to see next week, and we will consider that and obviously answer any questions as we're going through this too. Landry, how's everything going with you?
Good. It's been really nice to get into the office and, have the nice setup again and everything. Absolutely. Without having all the technical difficulties. That was so bad, but it's great to be here with you guys, especially because we skipped last Tuesday, but I'm excited and to just kind of see you get to call some more agents. I think that was awesome.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that right now, one of the coolest things about this show, I mentioned that it's obviously just, there is no script. We're going in and calling agents live. But the goal here is to really be transparent. I want to show everybody that at the end of the day, there's a lot of different variations of styles as to how you can go out and do this strategy. Making sure you guys understand that there is agent outreach and there's MLS. It's kind of two different things. We talk about both of them. But at the end of the day, with this show, we're trying to show the variations of conversation with the agents when it comes to agent outreach. So we're using batch leads to go in and pull data of realtors. We're going to go in there and filter it out by specific criteria, meaning either X amount of listings that they have, X amount of sold listings, or if we even just wanted to use it as a directory, we could do it by brokerage, by city, by state, any of the above. So our goal, again, is to provide as much value as possible, but also through interaction from you guys in the feedback, we can hear what you guys want us to search. My goal, obviously, up here too, while educating, is also to get challenged. So if you guys want to see like specific words or phrases, or, hey, Ryan, I don't think I could say X, Y, and Z because I'm a realtor, or can you just say that you're a wholesaler to see how the conversation flows? I got you. What this show is about, again, transparency, is to show you guys that you could do this too. And if you're just getting started, it just starts with one. So let's make one phone call together to start. We can go through deep analysis as to what I said and why I said it. And then from there, if you guys have any questions, we'll break it down. We'll go as slow or as fast as possible to make this as consumable for you guys. So let's call some agents.
Okay, sounds good. So the agents that we're calling today are in Dallas, and I filtered out and we narrowed down that list to agents that have 3 current active listings and 5 sold properties in the past 6 months.
So 3 current active listings, 5 sold in how long?
It was in the past 6 months.
Past 6 months. Okay. So again, guys, if you are not using batch leads, we want to kind of walk through this with you. So making sure you understand on the left-hand side, there's the agent outreach section. You could then filter it out based on the criteria we had just told you guys. So again, this was 3 active listings, 5 plus sold in the last 6 months. So it is July 11th of 2023, 6 months ago, meaning from January 11th, 2023 to today's date, they have sold at least 5 transactions and have 3 active listings. Landry, why would we pull a list like that? Is that to maybe show that this is an agent that's more active, or is this like a very narrowed in, I know this is a good list of realtors? What's the thought process?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we want to find people that when you call them, they're going to be more likely to be like, yes, let's get some deals done. So I'm looking for people that are trying to get the ball rolling and are going to be looking forward to having conversations with you, to even if they haven't done this type of thing before, that maybe they'd be open to it. So yeah, we want to find active agents that are looking forward to doing some deals.
That's awesome. It's awesome. And the reason I asked that question is because if you're first getting started, we're not trying to get you stuck in analysis paralysis. What I don't want you to do is get batch leads, go to agent outreach and be like, what do I do? Do I go one by one, or is there a specific filter? The answer is just yes. Make mistakes and fail forward, but understand that the criteria that we're filtering it out, it's actually just to show you that we're testing it ourselves. Last week we were in Tampa. This week we're in DFW. So Dallas Fort Worth as opposed to Tampa is 2 drastically different markets. So if we can understand the difference in those markets and the criteria that we're filtering out the agents, the rest of it will come together just from consistency. Then once you're about 60, 90, even 120 days out, you could start looking at the data and which lists were bringing in the best results. So with that said, we're going to call Michael.
Cool. Let's do it. And I'm just going to get this set up here. We'll show it right after Michael. Cool. So.
Michael.
Thank you for calling in Holiday Realtors.
Hi, I'm looking for Michael.
Which one?
I'm not sure. I got this number from realtor.com. I'm trying to find a realtor that could help me out with finding some properties. I'm based in Arizona, but I'm trying to find a realtor out in the Dallas area.
Well, I am a realtor.
Okay, so it sounds like I called the right person.
Yeah, just tell me what you're looking for. Maybe I could help you.
For sure.
I've been a realtor for close to 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got plenty of experience then. My question is that, so I'm an investor and I primarily am looking for like some fix and flips. It doesn't really matter to me if it's on market, off market. We've got the construction crews, we've got some partnerships out in that market. But the only piece I'm missing at the moment is a realtor. So what I'm trying to do is find somebody that could help me out with representation, underwriting properties, getting more familiar with the area, and kind of being like the backbone to our business.
Well, if you just give me your name, I'm going to give you my email address.
Okay.
Just send me your name and everything else and about you.
I'll mute it in a second when we go through the email. So I could end the conversation here, or what I could do is I could try to take it a step further, and I'm going to try to qualify out the realtor to show everybody that there's things you could do to keep the rapport going.
Yeah.
So
I'll check things out.
For sure. And was your name Michael, or what was your name again?
My name is Anas, A-N-A-S.
A-N-A-S. Okay. Nice to meet you. Did I call was it a team line or something, or was it?
Well, we do have, we have about 100 agents.
Oh, wow.
In the office.
Okay.
This is one of the largest office of our company.
What brokerage are you with, if you don't mind me asking?
That's what I'm saying. Heavy Holiday.
Oh, okay.
Realtor.
Okay. Gotcha. So do you primarily work with like buyers then, or
our big boss is Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. Okay. Gotcha. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. If you don't mind me asking, do you work with buyers primarily, or like what is your like primary focus? You've been doing it for a while.
I sell and buy. We work with realtors.
Sure.
Work with everyone, or buyer or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Do you guys work with other investors too?
Yeah, well, if they are legit,
yeah,
sure, why not?
Absolutely. And by legit, what do you mean by that? Like, are there people that are not legit that call you?
I need to find out, who's I'm working with and what kind of credential they have.
So when you're working with buyers, if you're wholesaling, we're going to show you how you can use a line. I get it. If you don't have experience doing this, you don't need to go out there and lie, but hopefully you have a buyer first, that when you go and use this line, it's going to be in reference to your buyers. So what I'd recommend is making sure you have a buyer lined up. And then on top of that, you could go in there and use this line and it will all kind of fall in place.
$100,000 or $1 million.
Yep. For sure. Well, that makes sense to me. Part of what we do to try to make sure that people know that we are who we say we are, I could send over like a proof of funds letter. I can send over a Dropbox link with any of our last flips. I have some testimonies and stuff. I mean, I don't really like sharing my contractors' information, but we can share whatever it is that you need from us to make you feel a little bit more comfortable and confident that we are who we say we are. We kind of try to stay like that $1 million price range and under.
I'm gonna give you my name, my email address. Send me an email.
You got it. I can do that right away. I'm in a meeting just for maybe popping into one here in just a few minutes, but then as soon as I'm out of that, I'll give you a shout and I'll send you over that email.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you. Just send me over a text of your email.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. It wasn't Michael, but
well, whatever. Honest answered the phone, and Honest wants business. He's been doing it for 20 plus years. Also, side note, if you ever see me kind of just put down the phone, there's some things you can say in conversation that will keep realtors just going. So if I can mute it, educate while I'm doing it live, it's kind of a win-win for everybody. Let us know if you guys have any questions on that conversation, why I did what I did or why I said what I said. The biggest takeaway I want you guys to feel is that if you notice what I'm doing that's going to go the extra mile as opposed to what most beginner wholesalers would do, is I'm going in there and talking their lingo. A lot of times if people are asking about proof of funds and you're like, oh, which website do I have to go get it from? Or how do I go and fake a proof of funds? You're worrying about the things that don't matter. The proof of funds should be the easiest thing to get because you already have a credential with a buyer that is qualified to go out and buy properties. You've already talked to a local hard money lender or private money lender. You might already have the money in the bank account. Once you have that credibility, one of the qualifying factors to a realtor is typically proof of funds. The only other qualifying factor that most realtors want is honesty and loyalty, which then comes with commitment, which is typically a buyer-broker agreement. What I always make sure to make the note of is that if you're going to go and sign a buyer broker agreement, just make sure you understand that it is a non-exclusive one. If it is an exclusive buyer broker agreement that ties this realtor to every deal I do in Dallas, I have to pay him a commission on every deal, regardless if he's involved. So instead, a non-exclusive buyer broker agreement would be, hey, on X property that you send me, I'm committed to you and I won't go around you on it. And I will sign a buyer broker for every property they send. And if you're a realtor watching this saying, I'm not going to send a buyer broker to every property that I send to an investor, I love you, but grow up. Understand it's 2023 and opportunities and deals come from everywhere. And you're probably one of 50 realtors that they know. So if one of the other 49 realtors brings them a deal and you have the expectation to get a commission on it, that's called entitlement and we don't work with that. So what we want to do is set the expectation that I will be loyal and committed to you on every deal that you bring to me. Why isn't that fair? So in this case, make sure you protect yourself, understand the lingo of proof of funds, understand a non-exclusive buyer broker agreement, and then from there, just tell them what it is you're looking for based on the criteria from the buyer that you already have lined up. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's call the next one.
Nice. Here, share this really quick before you do, so we can kind of show people where we got this info too, because it took me a second. As you guys know, I have some technical difficulties sometimes, but it's fine. We worked it out. And anyway, so basically, if you guys are not familiar yet, or if you are with batch leads, I literally went to just agent outreach right here. I went to the search side. I can't move from here because we have to keep this blurred and covered up. But then I just searched in Dallas. I found, 3 active listings, 5+ sold in 6 months. Pulled the list. We just called Michael. I made a note on a separate page, of how that really went, so that we can continue to kind of use this as, a CRM. I don't need to go and push Michael or Annis outside to
whatever
a
his name
source.
was.
Yeah. I wrote it down. So, but either way, it's super easy to get this info. The phone number's already there. Obviously, we reached somebody different. But
we went
still,
1 for 1.
Yeah,
I mean, and we found out it's Warren Buffett's brokerage or whatever he said. 100+ agents. Obviously, too, I'm at Real Broker. So for me, it would make complete sense to say, hey, well, by the way, those 100 agents, let's talk more. This whole conversation today is to show you guys on the investment side. But if I was to try to take it a step further, I say that because it's going to kind of lean into Curtis's question. For the very chatty agents, how much time do you give them? Based on the conversation, the flow, I might give this guy a little bit more time because there's a lot of different strategies, from joining the brokerage to possibly doing deals together, maybe even JVing and teaching them how to do this. So in this case, would you let them go on longer if they sound more qualified, or if make the connection in Boogie? Yeah. Honestly, I would say make the connection in Boogie 9 out of 10 times. But for the 1 out of 10 where you could tell there's something else there, don't stop digging when gold's like a foot away. Great question by Taylor below that too, which is, what would your follow-up be with someone like this? In my agent investors community, we teach based on a tier system. So as we're contacting thousands and thousands and thousands of agents, it becomes kind of difficult to keep tabs on. Trust me, when I first started the strategy, it was literally a cell phone, a spreadsheet, and a Google sheet. Yeah. That was not the move. Definitely not the move. So instead, now I put it in a tier system. This guy right here is a tier 1. I know he's a realtor. I know he's alive. So at that point, it is about as entry level as possible. I'm following up with this guy once every month and a half. So it's just kind of an easy way for me to keep tabs on what I'm doing with the conversations in the relationship. But then more importantly, my tiers 4 and 5, people I've done deals with, are the people front of mind and the people that I'm trying to stay consistently in contact with.
Are you calling that month and a half? Are you making a phone call with, would you give him a call or would you send him a text? What would you say?
Great question.
The basics of.
I hate to give this answer, but I'm like, okay, it depends.
I want to know.
It depends. So this guy, he told me he was going to text me his email. Not that I'm trying to give away all my secrets here, but I'm testing him. If he's going to send me his email in the first 10, 15 minutes, great. I will absolutely go ahead and just keep contact with him and I'll be texting. If anything, if he doesn't respond, it's a 50-50 chance if I'm even going to go and reach out to him again. But more realistically, if I were to say, this is my market, this is what I'm pushing, I would send a text to him as opposed to a phone call. Okay. If you were to send me a text back, maybe send a text before you call the next time. But that's a guy that is, as long as he's showing initiative, you want to keep him in your rotation. If he's not showing initiative and he's been doing it for 20+ years, 50-50.
Yeah. There's other agents.
Absolutely. So we're going to call Miriam.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Pinnacle Realty Advisors, where we make real estate better for everyone. Please choose from one of the following options.
Oh, I love this.
If you're an agent interested in learning more about joining our brokerage or starting your own brokerage, press 1.
No.
If you're an industry professional and have questions for our operations or accounting teams, press 2.
No.
If you are a buyer or seller interested in learning more about our properties for sale or lease, press 3.
That's me.
If you're a current Pinnacle Realty...
we're going to change the tonality. I'm going to sound very lost, confused, kind of like a beginner investor. And that's okay, because I want to show you guys again, variation. It's probably a brokerage. Hey, Bree. I was trying to find, I don't know if, was it Miriam? I'm not sure. I found this number online trying to find a realtor in Dallas.
Yeah. Are you looking for Miriam Imran?
Yeah, that was the number that was on the site. I'm honestly like nothing against Miriam, but I mean, if you answered the phone too, I'm just trying to find a realtor that could help me out.
Sure. Well, I am actually just the headquarters here, so I can definitely help direct you to an agent.
Sure.
Is there something you're looking for? Were you looking at a property in particular, or?
I'm trying to find a realtor that could help me with buying a couple of properties. I work with an investment firm, and we try to go and buy properties cash. And honestly, the only piece that I'm struggling with is finding an opportunity. I don't really mind like if it's on market or off market. I'm just trying to find something to allocate some cash to offset some taxes.
Okay. Why don't I grab your info, and I will have an agent call you back.
Gotcha.
What is a good name and number for you?
Is there anyone that's available like right now that you could transfer me to by chance, or is it just callback? Just because I'm in a meeting right now, and I would love to talk with someone if they're available. If not, then no sweat. But just want to see if someone's available.
Unfortunately, I'm just basically, I don't know if anyone's available right now.
Okay.
That's why I was just going to.
Yeah, no worries. Oh yeah, that works. I can give you my number.
My agent's just unfortunately, I mean, I could forward you to an agent. I just don't know.
Sure, if they'd answer or not. And I completely understand that. Yeah. At the end of the day, too, my biggest thing is just ideally one that would be investor friendly. It doesn't make a difference who it is to me. Just one that could kind of help me out with my needs. I'm obviously just trying to find a property that I can make some money on.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. I will relay the message for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye. Great question by Phil in the chat. Do you offer a special deal that I can use to try this and batch leads too? So that's kind of the goal here with the show. We want you guys to be able to go in and do this live with us. We want you to be able to compare and compare your notes to see that did we pull the right list? Did you guys pull the same list based on the filters that we did? If you guys have questions, we're trying to do this alongside with you. The way that my team kind of works is leading from the front. I don't believe in anyone being left behind solely based on the fact that I didn't go above and beyond to help them out. So I want you guys to know that we are going to go that extra mile every single week. So if you guys have an opportunity where you could come in and be a part of this too and interact with us, that's just the best of both worlds. We do have a link. Landry's at that bit.ly. I'll get that up there if it is.
That will be for the community. Let me see if I can get another one and we can post it in there.
Perfect. We'll post the link inside there for you guys. And then in the meantime, let's call the next one.
Okay.
Let's call Darwin. Such a great name. Darwin's going to be amazing. Getting a lot of offices too.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Darwin, come on, bro.
Hello, you've reached Darwin, Texas real estate agent. Sorry, Mr. Call.
Don't recommend leaving a voicemail, but in this case, just to give you guys a template as to what a voicemail looks like.
You may also send Texas real estate inquiries to closewithdarwin@gmail.com. Make it a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
What's up, Darwin? My name is Ryan. I'm an investor trying to find an agent out in Dallas. Came across your information on Zillow. Was hoping to chat on the phone about what we're trying to do and try to find some properties that we could purchase and hopefully have you represent us. Give me a shout back. This is my cell. Thanks. So got to the point. The whole goal is obviously to create some intrigue to make the agent want to call you back. In that case, as I always say, the hardest part of being a realtor is to find a client. I specified where I got his number so he doesn't think I'm some weirdo. I was able to tell him I'm looking for help with buying properties. He could represent me and hoping that he could give me a call back. That's my cell. Give me a shout. So whole goal is obviously to get that conversation flowing. And then from there, provide value when we get back on the phone.
Okay. I got this link now, by the way.
Perfect.
Send it to you. I'm just going to send it in that same spot.
Cool. we're learning technology, guys. I mean, we're the young ones over here. You'd expect more, but I'm telling you right now, absolutely not. Let's go ahead and call that other person too. We just left it with Darwin. We're calling Julio.
Yes.
We're going to call Julio as I'm doing the link. Double dial. We're going to get Julio. Julio's got my money. Julio does not have my money. It's fine. I'm going to call Steven. Moving on to the next one. Also, too, got the link down below. Click on that. Alrighty, I'm just gonna go next one. If you're a realtor watching this and you don't answer your phone, I'm gonna karate chop you.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, this is Basil Haloon. Please leave a message. I'll get with you as soon as possible.
So close.
Dang.
Hey, Faisal. My name is Ryan. I'm trying to find a realtor that could help me out in the Dallas area. This is my cell. Give me a shout back. Thanks. On to the next one. By the way, guys, when we say make 50 calls in a day, that's not this. It's talking to people. It's getting people on the phone. Talking to people. Shout out to Brent. It's a great question. Tip of the iceberg. ARV times 0.93 minus cost of repairs minus desired profit of your buyer minus wholesale fee. We'll talk about it another day. Keep the calls going. Mila. This one's it. It's the deal right here.
Nobody. This is crazy.
Just gotta like flip the table. Like, absolutely not. Mila didn't answer just because Stuart was going to be the one that's going to answer.
Yes.
And if you guys also notice too, you got to keep this mentality when you're making these. You can't just like beat yourself up. If you are the person that makes phone calls and people don't answer and you're like, what am I doing wrong? It's going to be a long race and a long game that you probably won't hit the end of the finish line. So you got to find the positive. You got to find the energy. And this is why it's important to have.
Please leave a message.
Oh, Stuart, what a voicemail. Said, can I call you later? That accent, you can call me whenever, bro. I'd love to chat. Would love it. You just got to keep the vibes, keep the energy, keep the good momentum. Let's see some interaction in the chat too. You guys are dry today. Come on. What market are you in? What are you guys working on? We've got a new segment we're going to be rolling out next week inside this show. And so if you guys want a little bit of a preliminary heads up, what are your wins on the week? What are you guys working on? What are you guys finding as success? Also, too, if anyone wants to be vulnerable, we appreciate that. What are you struggling with? How can we help you out? Is there anything of service that I could do to answer any questions for you?
Yeah, and hit the like button too, guys. This is, this is the third, fourth time we've done this. But
third, yeah.
Yeah, this has been such an awesome show.
Hi, this is Paulette. I'm not able to take the call right now.
Gosh.
I keep thinking that everybody's answering, but it's just voicemail
It's fine.
today.
It's fine. It's all good. I'm going. I'm firing down the list.
Has anybody recently tried to call an agent, and how did it go? So I've been having a lot of people call for the first time.
Question. Cassian.
Let's see what we got here.
Might need another list of realtors.
I know.
We've got 1, 2,
Who's
3,
that?
4, 5 left.
Okay.
Keep going. Got Linda.
Linda. How can I help you?
Hey, Linda. My name's Ryan. I'm trying to find an agent out in the Dallas area. I'm not sure if you're licensed or not.
I am. How can I help you?
Awesome. I'm trying to find a property that I can go in and fix and flip. I'm sure you could tell from my area code. I'm in Arizona. We've expanded out to local markets that are kind of around us, and Texas was one of them in the DFW area. So I'm just trying to see if I can find a realtor that could help us out with some representation and also with finding some opportunities to flip.
I mean, I currently have none of those listings, but I don't have any problem just absorbing you as part of my buyer group of people that may be interested in looking.
Yeah, I would love that. I'm not even opposed, honestly, if you like help me find opportunities that are on the MLS currently. In a perfect world, obviously off market's always preferred, but I understand the current market, and a lot of times sellers just want to put the property up on the MLS. So
1 second. Yes, that is the primer. That should be enough. Yes. Okay, I'm working on the other two gals. Okay, thanks, guys. I apologize for that.
No worries. It sounds
I was multitasking. I have painters, and I just needed to, and I just saw them, so I just dropped off the paint instead of me having to schlep it upstairs.
For sure. That's funny.
You get that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be more than happy to work with you if that's the case. What I need from you are just some parameters, because you just never know
for sure
what comes up. So one of my clients does REOs, and I never know when those are going to pop up.
Yep.
I literally just put one under contract today. So I don't know how big of a project you're looking for, if you're somebody who's in that market that wants to do what I call the $300,000 houses, or are you looking to go as high as $1 million? I don't know what your parameters are, because the MLS in Dallas is a big place. So yep. I'm here to work with you for whatever parameters you're looking to do. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Just a little bit of background. We have fixed and flipped properties out in Arizona, got some rentals. The market obviously just got crazy. I'm sure like it did in Texas too. We've been looking into some other markets where we have just cheaper labor, we've got better opportunities, and some cheaper priced houses. So we are kind of in that $1 million range and under, but my sweet spot would probably be $600K and under. As for like extent of remodel, we're not really looking for like any tear down, fire damage, add on, anything like that. More of just cosmetic, like carpet, paint, cabinets. I don't mind taking down a wall as long as it's not like low bearing or structural. But anything,
so basically it's you don't want to do the majors. You don't want to have to deal with foundations and
Bingo.
roofs and all that. You just want to do interior remodels. Is that correct?
You hit it right on the head.
Okay, I got you.
Awesome. Yep. And honestly, I mean, not to like kind of like push the urgency or anything like that, but we're in a pickle right now where I kind of need to offset some money for taxes based on like what we just went through with Q3. Or going into Q3, I should say. We're trying to buy something in the next like 30 days. I'm not sure how fast it is that you think it's realistic for us to be able to find something like that. But what would you recommend?
Well, okay. So my specialty, just so you know, is I do Dallas core. I do not do Fort Worth. I don't do a lot of these outlying areas.
Sure.
So if you find an agent that wants to work with you out in Fort Worth, please do so. It's 45 minutes for me that way.
Gotcha.
But I do a ton in East Dallas, some funny little pocket neighborhoods around. Sometimes the land is worth more than the house, and I have to pay attention to those things for you. But I'll be more than happy to kind of see what's out there. It's all about the ARV on it, and I get that. So let me go ahead and do this. So I'd love to get an email from you, just so because if I find things, even if it's on MLS or things are coming soon or whatever, it gives me a chance to just email you faster.
What's her name?
Than it is for me.
Who am I talking to? I think it is Linda.
Does that make sense?
Makes complete sense to me. And I really actually appreciate and respect the fact that you understand it comes down to the numbers. Part of what I've been struggling with is like, we actually, just to be fully transparent, I've been calling a few other realtors. One, nobody's answered their phone. You're the first person that answered. But then two, it's like the realtor's always just worrying about like, okay, well, it's a quick commission. And don't get me wrong, I'm never going to try to be the guy that takes away the commission. I think that's the most important piece for you guys. But at the end of the day,
it's how we make our living.
Exactly. And as long as it's a win-win for everybody, I'm more than happy to create a situation where in Arizona, just to put it in perspective, we had a realtor that we did over 45 transactions with in a 12-month span just by going and buying properties together. They would get high commission on some deals, low commission on the other, but we were able to create a partnership and a win-win scenario that led to a lot of deals down the road for everybody. So that's kind of what we're trying to create here in Dallas. And I think that we might have just found that missing piece with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. One of my biggest clients is Wedgwood, based out of California.
Yep.
And I probably do 15 or 20 houses with them a year.
Wow.
So I understand, but I am normally on the listing side.
Okay.
So that's my next question for you. So just suppose I find you a house.
She's going to ask about listing it, and this is how you avoid it.
I'm also going to have the listing piece of that as well.
For sure. So I do have one other partner in our operation that I always, again, just kind of lead with transparency. I can always make a case. There is a point where I think it's his spouse or family member or something.
Go ahead. There you go. I lost you for a second. Go ahead again.
For sure. So I will always make the case. We have another partner on our team that I'm pretty sure I'd have to check with him. It's either his spouse or cousin or someone is licensed. So a lot of times they kind of just do like a flat fee, if anything, but I don't want to obviously just overpromise or just say no. I would have to talk to him and get basically confirmation on that. But let me confirm it. But what I would do is I'd always make a case. And then on top of that, we come across a lot of opportunities where I can't be the buyer, but I have a couple friends that will. So maybe every now and then we end up doing a joint venture kind of like transaction with them. And I know that they're usually looking for realtors that can help them list the properties too. So I can always make that case.
You know what? I love my investors. I've done a lot of business with them.
Yep.
So, I love the idea of a partnership working for us. And, you happen to catch me at a good time because I do primarily listings. And so always having a couple of new buyers in my pocket is never a bad day.
I love it. Well, if there's anything you need from me, my goal is to obviously lead with value, but I want to be the easiest client you've ever worked with. So I can put up non-refundable earnest money. I typically just need like a shortened inspection period of like a day or two at most. But I don't mind doing whatever it takes to get the deal, especially if we're in the position that we're trying to buy in the next 30 days. So if there's anything that you come across, or if you wanted to look on the MLS and see if there was something to fit like that 600K and under cosmetic, I am all game and I could pay cash and I'll close as fast as we need to.
I appreciate that so much.
Awesome.
So if you don't mind just texting me your email, so you have my email in front of you?
I would have to check.
Go ahead.
I'd have to double check, but I can always text you too at this number. And then if you just want to text it over to me, that way I can make sure it's 100% accurate.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
Thanks, Linda. I really appreciate your time.
You know what? I hate agents that don't pick up the phone. It makes my life more difficult too. So I'm glad I was able to do this for you today.
Really sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Alrighty. Bye now.
There you go.
Oh, man.
All right.
Beautiful.
So that's how we do the agent outreach thing. And that's the show. Appreciate you guys to know.
Hey, you should tell everybody about what you were telling us about recently.
Which one?
Was it 2 shows ago?
We got?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had an agent call back on a property. We actually ended up getting under contract. Full transparency, we are still trying to sell it. But we had one of the agents from, I think it was 2 weeks ago, call us right before the holiday. And they brought us an off-market opportunity, got it under contract. We're still in our inspection period trying to dispel the deal. But that was like one of the first 3 or 4 phone calls. I don't like going and promoting and being like, aha, we did it. Obviously, 1, until it's closed. But 2, it's not all that often you go 1 out of 4, you're going to get a deal. But as for proof of concept and testimony to the system and the strategy, it works. So we appreciate you guys. This is awesome. I mean, right now that was 1 for like 12, 15, whatever it was. That's about right. But if you noticed, out of 10, 15 calls, whatever it was, I just found a gold mine. That girl is incredible. I mean, at the end, we were relating about agents not answering their phone. Like that's like, yeah.
She was excited about doing some deals and making some money and, those opportunities too, and those win-win situations. So I'm super excited to hear some updates on
For
Linda.
Sure. Also, Curtis, she would be tier 3. Tier 2 is they understand the concept. They're open-minded to working together. Tier 3, she's going to start sending properties. The only reason I'm moving her right to tier 3, I put a deadline of 30 days or less. So I know that she's going to come in and start sending opportunities.
Yeah, created that urgency.
We're calling Kimberly.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for calling Denise Gonzalez with Keller Williams.
Nope. Not getting it to.
Thank you for calling Beam. If you know your party's extension, you can dial it at any time. Press 1 for real estate. Press 2 for mortgage. Press 3 for insurance.
I don't know. I'm calling. We're just gonna go for it. I'm sorry. Who is this? I was looking for. I don't know if it was Dennis.
Dennis.
Dennis Thomas. I'm not sure. I found the number on Zillow, and I'm trying to just find a realtor that could help me in Dallas.
Dennis Thomas. Let me see. Just a second.
You got it. Did I call like the office number by mistake?
Yeah. Well, let me check. We have Dennis, but not so many.
Cool.
Okay, let me get you his phone number, okay?
You want to make a note of this one? And I'll call him.
Yeah.
817.
Sorry, we had to mute that because we were talking about Dennis's social security. No, I'm just kidding. His phone.
I was like, no, you weren't.
817. What is?
Tom is so tiny. 879.
Yep, and then
5256.
Okay, we're gonna go for it.
Dennis.
Hey, is this Dennis?
Yes.
Hey, Dennis. I just got your number from I think it was probably the front office lady at the brokerage. I'm not sure. I got the number to call you from Zillow, but I think I called your office by mistake, and they just gave me your information to reach out. I'm trying to find a realtor out in Dallas.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep it quick. I'm sure you're super busy. I'm in Arizona, but I'm an investor, and I'm kind of making my way out to the Dallas market. I'm trying to find a realtor that could help me with acquiring some properties, possibly represent me on some deals, and we could possibly work together. I'm not sure if that's what you do or if you'd be interested, but that's kind of the quick summary.
Yeah. How you can? I want to find out some property, or how you can find out.
That's kind of where I was hoping you'd come in a little bit. We can find some properties. I don't really mind if it's on the MLS already. So we can have you just represent us and write offers. Or if you had an off-market opportunity or know of someone that has an opportunity, I was kind of hoping as I move my way into another market that I have an industry expert like you that could kind of help me with showing the ropes.
Okay. Yeah, if you find out some property, already have some buyers.
Yep.
If I want to show somebody, I can show, maybe some outside people, they're moving to Texas, they want to find out home. And I don't know, maybe use some reference.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. And I guess my biggest thing just to set like the expectation is that I'm trying to find a property kind of sooner than later. We're trying to do it for tax purposes and also just kind of repositioning some money. Not sure if you would be able to help me, but kind of like a timeline is the next 30 to 45 days. Hopefully we can find a property to acquire.
Okay.
Do you think that's something you could help me out with?
Right now, I don't know. That's what type of house they are looking. You are the Sillo representative, correct?
Yep. So ideally something that needs some work, nothing like a tear down or like addition or anything like structural, no big ticket items, but ideally something that could be a little bit on like the 500K and lower price point, needs some carpet, paint, just a light remodel, something I could go in there, put some money in, make some money, everybody wins.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I will try to find out some.
Okay. Well, Dennis, I'm sure you're super busy. So if it's okay with you, could I send you over a text of what properties I'm looking for? And then I could follow up with you if I don't hear back by the end of the week. And then if anything, whenever an opportunity comes across your table, you could just send it over my way.
Okay. You have my email address?
One more time?
You know my email address? Or?
Yeah. I think I had it. Is it the one... I don't have it actually. I think I had the wrong number. So I think the one we probably have on file is wrong too. Would you be able to text it over to me?
Yeah, I can do that.
Perfect. Yeah, send me a text. Then what I'll do is I'll send you over the kind of properties I'm looking for. And if I don't hear back from you by the end of the week, I'll just reach out sometime next week.
Okay, I will do it now. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. So I see a lot of the comments saying, hey, Dennis, what the heck? honestly kind of love the Dennises in the world. The reason being is that Dennis is actually kind of lost. You're right, but that means that he's got to be found, and I just found him. So I don't want to be the guy that's like I'm his savior, but
I mean, he seemed willing to. He's
why
like,
not?
okay.
Are you kidding me?
He's like, that's what you're looking for. I could try.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, why not?
Let Dennis be the guy that brings a deal to the table, and then we'll be like, what's up, everyone that was bullying Dennis? Like, Dennis is awesome. But Dennis is also the guy that you go in with little to no expectations with pretty much all of these relationships, and you'd be surprised who the one is that comes back to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Curtis. See that. We had a few people that called me back, so I'm just going to call them back. This is Robbie. Robbie wants money, so I'm going to call Robbie.
Yes. Oh, Robbie called back.
See in the list? Had to have been.
No. Not that I see.
He was the one that...
Oh, Robert. Maybe Robert? No, that's in the bottom list.
Dude, Robbie, how are you going to call me? Robbie, if you're watching this, how are you going to call me and text me and not answer when I call you right back? Just tried to call you back. Tag. That's the kind of fun stuff we do with texts. Everyone's like, what's the script? What's this? I literally texted him tag because he called me. I didn't answer. I called him.
Playing some phone tag.
We're playing phone tag.
Yeah.
So, hey, buddy, sorry I missed your call. May I call you back in about 15 minutes? Hey, it's about 15 minutes. Let's call this person back. I don't know who it is. They sent me a Facebook group.
Oh, what's the number end with? Just one number.
1891.
Okay.
No. Danny, by the way, yes, absolutely. I don't understand.
It's this one.
This is Darwin.
Hey, Darwin. This is Ryan. We were playing phone tag there a little bit.
Ryan, what's up, man?
I'm good, dude. I'm trying to find a realtor out in Dallas, and I totally just ignored one when they called. So I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you know what? That's dope, man. Well, I'm definitely a realtor in Dallas.
I love it.
I run some cool events, members only club type events for the industry.
That's what's up.
Industry events quarterly. We get really great people in the door. So
Dennis is flexing on us already, guys. Okay.
My brand goes from like $300K. I mean, it attracts $1 million clients as well. Plus, so
dang. Okay.
Yeah,
so you're the resource that I need to be talking to then.
I guess I'm a plug for real estate.
You're the guy. You're the guy I've been looking for this whole time. So I appreciate you, dude. Just to kind of give you a quick little background on myself, I'm an investor out in Arizona, and I'm trying to expand out to other markets. Dallas is one that we've got all of the missing pieces. The only thing that I'm trying to find left is a realtor. Where I'm looking for someone that could kind of help me with some representation, trying to find an opportunity. As I mentioned, I'm an investor, so I do have some rentals in Arizona. I've done a number of fix and flips, but as we're transitioning over to a Dallas market, I don't really know the area that well. So I'm hoping to find a realtor that can kind of like help me with educating, but then also kind of guide me through the process of buying. We're looking to buy something ideally in the next like 45 days or less, but fix and flip would be first. And then as I get more comfortable with the area, we could talk a little bit more about like some rentals.
Okay, so let me just kind of confirm. So you currently have a few in your portfolio now in Arizona, and you're looking to get into the Dallas market.
Yep.
Okay. And you're looking primarily for fix and flips, right?
Yep.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And you said you're looking to purchase within like 45 days or whatnot once you get kind of comfortable with the market. Is that what I'm hearing?
Spot on.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Obviously, I need to, you buy a box, and maybe we can set some like official time, right?
Sure.
Kind of, I don't know, do like a virtual thing with your however much information you want, right? I don't know.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
What you don't know, right? But yeah, I'm open to it. Now, of course, we have to go through kind of the information. Like,
sure.
I mean, are they typically cash or loans or that kind of stuff, or how does it typically structure out for your?
So I love giving this answer of it depends, but obviously as an investor, we always love OPM, other people's money. I would tell you with confidence that we are going to be one of the easiest buyers you've worked with. So I go hard money loan for a lot of my transactions, but I also have private money relationships. I do have bank accounts that I could show funds that would make obviously cash transactions work. But my whole goal is just to be as transparent as possible. So it really depends on the deal. Depends on my comfort spot. Is kind of like that 600K and under. I could go to $1 million and under. But all that said, I also just set the expectation that if you found a property that's 1.5 million, that's worth $4 million in the condition it's in, I will find a way somehow to go and get the funds, and we will go and do that deal together. So
that's nice. I do have now. Okay, here's a question, because excuse me. Obviously, I'm working towards my broker's license, and in Texas now you have to be licensed for 4 years. So I come up on my 4-year tomorrow, or next year, excuse me.
Yep.
So everything I sell on market are points towards the license, right? That's the only big deal. So I'm trying to ask. I want to ask. I mean, some people prefer off market, which is cool, right? I mean, but is it like specifically off market for you?
Dude, I told you I'm the easiest buyer. I am known as the guy in Arizona that buys on the MLS. So anything and everything that you find on market, I'm your guy. I don't mind if it's on market, off market, stolen from a kid, whatever it is that you do to find that property, as long as title is free and clear, I am good.
Yeah. Okay, so I have one, and we'll talk on it, right? We'll talk. Also, I'm chairman for Metrotex Association of Realtors Young Professionals Network, which is the largest in America, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I've got a lot of accolades. Anyway, I say that to only say this. I've got a listing, not a lease, a listing appointment. I just spoke with them today for next week out in Haltom City. I haven't pulled all what we do yet, right? I just took the call, but it's a single family home, classified apparently, but it's 3 units. Okay. So I haven't looked at it or price or condition or anything like that. So that comes to mind. Obviously, that'd be quicker than 45 days. I'm not quite sure. But,
dude, I'll sign a contract today. I will sign a contract today. We find a deal. I am that ready to go buy. We had a relationship with a realtor out in Arizona that we did about like 45 transactions with in a 12-month span. The bubble just popped. So, I mean, as the market kind of went the wrong direction, we took our foot off the gas. We did a few deals in Florida. We bought some rentals out in Tennessee as well. And now we're at the point where Dallas is just one of those markets that's been on the radar for a minute. And it seems like this is the right next move. So
good. Yeah. I mean, it's a hot market, right? I don't need to go through all this selling process, but it's definitely hot. People are flocking here. Obviously, you got California moving over here. It's just blowing up, right? It's just what it is. So makes sense. But yeah, I'd love to kind of chat with you and kind of work out. I don't know, kind of like get to know each other, maybe virtually or something along those lines.
You got it.
Nothing too weird or anything like that. But what are we on? We're on Tuesday, maybe later in the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Fridays are a pretty busy day for me, but maybe Thursday afternoon or Thursday late morning we could hop on a video or something, and I'd be more than happy to kind of even show you some of the projects we've done. We've got it all like in a Dropbox folder, and we can kind of show you what extent of remodels we're looking to do.
I love it. Or even, I mean, if it's busy throughout the week, since you're trying to fit it in on Saturday coffee, I don't know if you've got time.
So I'm based in Arizona, but if I'm ever out in Dallas, I would love to obviously go and walk some of our projects we've got.
While I'm doing coffee, we could do a Zoom.
There we go. Even better. Even better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, all right, let's touch in, around Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever. Let's see how it's going, right?
Yep.
And I've got a couple things. And you know what? Actually, I got to be honest, and there's a reason why I said that. I can't even take it Saturday. You know what? I'm traveling to the capital, Austin, because I'm Texas Realtors Leadership Program. I'm a recipient of it. So we're going to the Texas Realtors office, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm on that committee as well. So I'm going to be traveling Thursday and Friday. I could probably do it. Definitely Saturday. Can we plan on
let's do it. You know what? Just send me a text and let's confirm it, and then we'll make it official and it'll all work out, and then we'll get to writing offers ASAP.
Awesome. Okay. What was your name again? Let me remember it.
My name is Ryan.
Ryan. All right. Darwin, like Charles Darwin. Okay. We'll talk soon.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Thanks. Oh my gosh.
Here, show this really quick. Even though it's not really... I love that. I love that guy.
That guy's awesome. He's obviously the best realtor in the world. So all the accolades, but
oh, I'm excited to hear about that. Yeah, on Saturday.
Yes,
it's gonna be great. He seems super excited.
He's very excited, and Wyatt on my team is gonna love that call. So shout out to Wyatt.
Oh, that was awesome. So what would you say for anybody that's watching this? Because in the past couple weeks, I've been talking to people in the community and asking like, why haven't you talked to realtors yet? Do you want to? Everybody seems really excited about it, but everybody just seems really held back. So first off, you guys here, let us know, because obviously we're here together live. instead of just doing it in the comments. But what would you say for anybody that's wanting to get started with this?
So
the biggest,
I wrote down this quote the other day, and I actually posted it on like that new Threads app or whatever, trying that whole new thing, whatever. But this is essentially like a path that I think everybody should, if you're taking notes and you made it this far in the live, you might as well write this down. But a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action becomes reality. So let's break that down. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. So what's your dream? I hope it's not just one realtor. I hope it's to get a deal from a realtor. Okay, well, if it's a deal to get, or if the goal is to get a deal with a realtor, well, now let's break it down with a date. By when? Templeton Walker used to always say this to me whenever he was challenging me, and it was amazing. He'd say, Ryan, I know you want to do X, but by when? That creates some sort of like accountability. So if you want to deal with a realtor, by when? Is it 60 days out? Is it 45 days out? That's kind of the running theme of what I was saying today. So if it's 45 days out, that's now a goal. Okay, well, now a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. So how am I going to get that goal being accomplished with a realtor in 45 days or less? Well, it's probably going to be by making at least 100 phone calls. So if I now have to factor in 100 phone calls, divide by however many days I'm working over 45 days, what does that number come out to? How many realtors do you have to talk to? Let's just say it was 100. Let's say it was 50 days for easy math. That means you have to call 2 realtors per day. Can you do that? If you're not seeing the results after 10 days, can you up the plan to maybe make it 200 as your goal? That's how we start breaking this down. Then a plan backed by action, failures, that leads to the end result, which is reality. So I think that it starts with just one. It starts with making a plan of action, and then it obviously goes with having a bigger picture of bigger picture of a vision and a goal. So I would say that's probably the best advice. That was something that I wish was told to me when I was first trying the strategy. If you're calling agents because you think it's going to be easier, get a little crazy here, but it is, but it isn't. Nothing in this business is going to be super easy. Obviously, yes, I mentioned I called 4 realtors and I got a deal sent to us. We got under contract in Tampa. I've called 20 realtors today, and I've had 2 really, really good conversations. Yes. Awesome. Well, guess what? That's not it. That's like that Kobe Bryant interview at the end. There's nothing to celebrate. Job isn't finished. At the same time, when you're first getting started, celebrating those little wins is just as important. So when you first start, you make that first phone call. That's maybe where, if only there was a show that we were talking about where we could say, hey, bring your wins and bring a little more interaction. I don't know.
Yes.
If only there was a show like this that you could come to every Tuesday and talk about what you're doing, what you're succeeding with, what you're struggling with, and then get your questions answered. I mean, we've got the Slack channel. We've got my community Discord. I have a community called Agent Investors. Like if you guys are not already in Agent Investors, you could check out agentinvestors.com, and I literally teach how to do this business. So our goal is literally to show you. It's not to try to convince you as to why this works. You're all here watching for a reason. You're watching the replay for a reason. The one thing I will proudly say right now, agent outreach is clearly the shiny object syndrome in real estate. So what better way to learn from it than the guy that's done over 400 of these transactions? That's what this is about. It's from leading from the front, leading by example, showing you guys exactly how you could do it too, but it starts with one. So don't be afraid, take action, make mistakes, but now know that you have a community that you could lean into that could help you out. So.
Absolutely. I know. I'm super excited for the things that we're going to continue to do on this show. Like this isn't stopping,
We're just getting started.
Yeah, we're just getting started. I'm super excited, especially as things are kind of getting the ball rolling. I know that you're still trying to dispo that deal out, but
absolutely,
that's going to close. It's going to be great.
And if you guys have buyers in Tampa, hit me up.
Yeah.
No, there's opportunities again, even as I'm up here teaching, that I want you guys to know that let's joint venture on deals. Like we have a database. My buyers, we could plug in your buyers. Obviously realtors, we can all go and build those relationships together. But at the end of the day, a lot of realtors and agent outreach, it is truly right place, right time. How many of them did I talk to that had already I called, didn't answer. They called me back, sent a text. That guy, by the way, what was his name? Darwin?
Darwin, yeah.
Darwin just called me back or he sent me a text and he had his Facebook group, said, hey, sorry, we just missed each other. That's a phenomenal relationship. He might have been busy. He might have been in a meeting or whatever he said he was doing, getting another trophy or whatever. But like this guy's over there doing the work. He's doing the business. So if they're not going to answer, the only time that I will ever make an excuse for a realtor not picking up the phone, you're in a closing or you're with another client. That's it. Obviously, family dinners and things that are important, that takes precedence too. But understanding that realtors are typically 24/7. Like Linda had mentioned on the phone earlier, well, commission, yeah, it's how we get paid. Notice how I didn't even address that. I didn't even go over. I brushed over. I'm like, well, yeah, I get it. I'm not here to discount you. Shut up. Like, commission is important to realtors because that is the only amount of money they get for their livelihood. When people hear the word commission, they're like, oh, that's extra. They get paid like $1 million a year salary. Realtors literally get zero. And on top of that commission they get, brokerages take a good percentage of it. So typically 10, 15, 20% goes to the broker. So on top of all of the money that they're paying taxes, all the stuff they're paying for marketing to get the deals, that's why I always say that the hardest part of being a real estate agent is to find a client. If you can understand that you are being in the position of a client, now you have the ability and equitable interest to be able to go and wholesale these contracts to your end buyers. I always put the disclaimer, don't go and get these properties under contract without having a buyer lined up.
Yes.
But if you could go in, have a buyer, write offers, build genuine, real win-win relationships with agents, the rest of it plays itself out. That's what I teach. That's what I literally go through. That's why I'm trying to show you guys again on another show. There is so much opportunity out there, and it gives me so much fuel and passion knowing that you guys can go out there and take the same thing. So this strategy worked for me. It's at least a good stepping stone if you wanted to go out and do other things in the industry. But more importantly, it creates high active income, which then leads to the ability to go invest into other assets. So
I love it. I want to see if anybody here, if you're feeling fired up and excited, and I want to see if somebody is willing to challenge themselves to say, I'm going to call a realtor. I never have. And I'm going to call a realtor and we want to hear about it in the future shows. Is there anybody that's like, I can do this? I can do a call that wants to,
absolutely,
raise your hand or, whatever in the comments and let us know. It'd be cool to call you guys out on future shows.
For sure. That's the fun part about this is that we're taking the feedback and constructive criticism from you guys to be able to go and make this the best show out there for you. Agent Outreach Live is not just an amazing show name. It's a really cool opportunity for all of us to collaborate together and put our heads together. Like in the comments, I see I really appreciate you guys, all the positive comments and words. This is not for me. This is for you guys. If it was for me, I'd be chilling in Florida and Arizona on the dialer and just making these calls one by one without doing shows. So we're clearly at the point where we have enough opportunity circulating in our ecosystem. So if I can take that same opportunity and spread it exponentially to you guys, the only thing I ask from you is what Landry just said. Can you challenge yourself? Can you push yourself to be better? Can you do one phone call today? I promise you the craziest way the world works is when you all of a sudden say just one more phone call today. And that next phone call ends up being a relationship like that guy, Darwin. Darwin right there, while he's got all the accolades and all that stuff, notice how I didn't dismiss him. I just kept hyping him up. Dude, you're amazing. Yes, yeah. You are so awesome. You only got 7 trophies. 8's coming now. I'll make you a trophy when we get the next deal. Best realtor ever. Whatever it is, fuel it. Understand why they're saying that. It's because they also think in their head that matters. To the general public, nobody gives a shit. But to us, it's the biggest difference to understand what his motive is. His motive, as crazy as it sounds, is the accolades. So if it's the accolades, can we find underneath the next layer? Does he actually want to go and help people? What's the end goal? Because if it's to be a realtor forever, great. That's a relationship I could work with and nurture and make a win-win scenario. But if I find out you're trying to solve world hunger, create world peace, you want to go and help out other communities locally and do all these amazing things humanity-wise, now we're in a really cool conversation. Now we're in impact. Now we're in talking about things that actually go the extra mile that will actually change the world and a trajectory for everybody. So in this case, that guy sounds to me like there could be a level there. It's just a matter of figuring out what his why is and how we can create a solution that makes sense for everybody.
Yes.
So
hopefully, I'm looking forward to that one.
Hopefully that all makes sense. I appreciate you guys if you made it this far. I mean, it was a little rocky there for a minute with
I know. I was like, is anybody going to answer the phone today? I was a little surprised.
It's like 4th of July again. Like July 11th. I know,
it's still dragging on. Yeah,
it is. But it's all good. We had a couple of good phone calls there. We had a good relationship, good expectation set, went through the process. This was the Dallas market. So if you guys found value, make sure to comment, share this video with a friend. All that fun, whatever video stuff we're supposed to say, click the link below. I don't know.
Yeah, and drop those links in there too.
Let's do it.
You guys get into Ryan's Discord, get into the batch service community. I did this a couple weeks ago where I posted a poll, and that's how we got to Dallas today. So if you are wanting to do your market or somewhere different, then go into the communities and vote.
Absolutely.
Because we're really taking into account what you guys want to do, what you want to see, and once again, your feedback. So
definitely. So click those links below. We appreciate you guys. We will see you guys next week. Hope you guys have a great week. Peace out.